everyone, today I'll be doing my January wrap-up. Oh, not January. Hi everyone, today I'll be doing my February wrap-up and my TBRs. So, this month I read a total of 7 books, so let's get on to the first. The first book I read this month was Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead, and Bloodlines is a spin-off series from the Vampire Academy series. And in this series we follow Sydney Sage, who is an alchemist and who we meet in the 4th Vampire Academy book. In Bloodlines, Sydney was going to hiding with Jill, Adrian, and Eddie. Once in hiding, she finds that there's a tattoo parlor that has been giving out secret tattoos, and she tries to find out who's been providing them with the special ingredient to put into the ink. Sydney also starts to suspect that there might be some secret vampire hunters who's been killing vampire girls and making it seem like it was a strawberry attack. I really like this book. I read this book a week before the Vampire Academy movie came out, and I fell in love with it. So I gave it 5 out of 5 because I love this book. The second book I read this month was The Golden Lily by Rochelle Mead, and The Golden Lily is the second book to the Bloodlines series. This book, Sydney finds herself getting a little too close to Adrian. She also finds out there's a secret human society who calls themselves Warriors of the Light, and their goal is to get rid of all vampires, Morois, Degore, and Dampier. So she also finds out that one of her friends is in it. So I really like this book too, and I found myself not wanting to put it down after starting it, so I gave it 5 out of 5. The third book I read this month was The Indigo Spell by Rochelle Mead, and The Indigo Spell is the third book to the Bloodlines series. And in The Indigo Spell, Sydney finds her feelings growing for Adrian, and she starts to question the alchemist. Also, she starts to embrace her abilities for magic, but she kind of has to because there's a soul-seeking witch out on hunt for young powerful witches, and she is technically a witch. So again, like the other two, I love this book and I gave it 5 out of 5 because this is probably my second favorite book out of this series so far. The fourth book I read this month was The Fiery Heart by Rochelle Mead. And if you notice, yeah, I did go on a little Bloodlines marathon, but what can I do? I love this series. We get Sydney and Adrian's point of view, and we get to see how Adrian deals with spirits and the use of spirits, and we get to see a much stronger Sydney in this one. Also, they have to keep their relationship a secret from everyone else, or else there's gonna be a lot of bad stuff happening. Sydney also tries to find out a way to make a special ink to keep the boy from feeding. Overall, I give this book a 5 out of 5, and this is probably my favorite book out of the series so far. The fifth book I read this month was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Now you guys probably heard a lot of stuff about this book, but I'm gonna explain it anyway. So this book is about a girl named Hazel who has cancer, and she meets a boy named Gus in a support group. And Gus basically just helps her find a new perspective on her life. This book was okay. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as, I love the other books. I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as the books I gave 5 stars to. I just found myself not being able to connect with Hazel. I didn't want to force myself to love this book just because other people did, because I couldn't connect with Hazel. The story was a little slow for me, and just my connection with I just couldn't connect with Hazel at all. I gave this book a 3.75. Sorry for people who like this book, but it just wasn't the book for me. The sixth book I read this month was TheDarkest Mind by Alexandra Brackett. In this book, we follow Ruby, who on her 10th birthday developed special power and was sent to a camp with kids who also developed special power on their 10th birthday. And when she turned 16, she escaped from the camp and found herself out on the run with 3 other kids. The beginning of the story was a little confusing for you, but once they escaped the camp and ran into Liam, Zoo, and Chubbs, the story really picks up after that. I also find myself really liking the storyline. My emotion for this book was my emotion for this book was all over the place. Yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5. The last book I read technically isn't a book, but I'm gonna count it as a book, and it was In Time by Alexandra Brackett. In Time is the novella between TheDarkest Mind and Never Fade. And in Time, we follow Gabe, who wants to become a skip tracer for the money. But once he meets Zoo, he finds himself wanting to help the kids instead of turning them in. The ending for this book was such a cliffhanger, and I wanted more, but I wanted to know what happened to him. I love that we also get more of Zoo in this book, because Zoo is such a precious kid, and I just love her. So I give this novella a 5 out of 5 because I love this book. I love the ending. I want more. I want to know what happened at the end. But the ending is I want to know what happened. I'm currently reading it, Never Faded. I'm like 50 page. I have like 50 pages to go, so I'm like really excited to finish it because it's really. Oh, I'm like, oh my gosh, he remembers. Yeah, but I'm not done yet. I'm not sure if I'll be done by the end of by. I'm not sure I'll be in by February, but I just want to add it. But it's getting really good. That's it for my wrap up, and now on to my TBRs. The next two books, I haven't decided which one I want to read first, but it's a toss up between these two books. So the first one is Divergent, and I will read this one after seeing the trailer so many times that it got me interested in it. So I wasn't planning to read this one because I know the ending for this one. I know the ending for the series, and I didn't want to get my heart broken. But you know what? The trailer seems really good, so I'm gonna read it and just at least I get the experience of reading it, right? Yeah. The second book out of those two is Cinder, and me and my friend actually set a goal to read one book a month together, and the book we chose was Cinder. So, and plus I've been wanting to read Cinder for a while, so now it's like a good time to read it. I don't know which one I'm gonna read first, but it's either Cinder or Divergent. The third book I'm planning to read this month is Devouring by Simon Holt. Red from Little Red Reader actually gave a mini review on this book, and it sounds really interesting. So I'm really looking forward to I'm really looking forward to reading this book. It's a scary story, so I'm like really looking forward to it. I'm a sucker for scary stories, and I love watching scary movies. I love getting scared. I want to have like a really good nightmare. So I know I'm weird, but I want to have a really good nightmare. So I'm hoping this book is scary, and I'm hoping this book is scary and this book is good. So yeah. The fourth book I'm planning to read this month is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I also heard this book is really scary, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. I'm looking forward to getting a really good scare out of these two books. I've been wanting to read this book for a while, but I haven't got my hand on it yet. So now I'm gonna read it. That's it for my February wrap up and my TBRs. Thanks for watching. I'm planning to do a review for the books I read so far. So hopefully I could get those up. Hopefully I could do those reviews soon. But other than that, thanks for watching. Bye guys.